What's going on, folks? So, where do I begin? VRChat decides to add a anti-cheat, right? So, this is where I'm going with this. I personally don't like it, only because it's going to affect me at a certain level at this point. Due to the modding, like the modding stuff, like there was some possibilities of good frame and camera work that I wanted to implement into the little story called The Collapse. I'm sure that all of you have seen that. Personally, in my opinion, I thought that was the greatest thing I could make as a VRChat YouTuber, to make a story that surrounded around characters that would mean so dear to my heart. I wanted to share that story with you all. But I fear, as the anti-cheat that they just added, it's going to ruin a little bit of that hope and creation. As of recently, there's been an amount of just hate right now for VRChat included because of the security update. Personally, I don't blame people. It is outrageous. The community is standing up to them, telling them that this isn't right. It isn't. I don't like it in the slightest. I had a lot of work put into the collapse, and some of my friends that are, people that use the cameras, there's also camera mods. There's also mods to, what is it, the speed up things. Hell, even mods that help you stop crashing. I have, like, if I was able to get my hands on them, I would. I've never used mods personally, but at the end of the day, you can't sit there and tell your community to fuck off. It is just outrageous. And mind my tone and cussing, but I have so much pent up anger right now because of this. Because my friend was already just banned because he was using mods to help him actually walk. There's mods out there that help crippled. So I personally, I don't like this. I just want to keep this calm as a normal video to let you guys know what will be happening for the future. But at the same time, I have a lot of anger for this, because this doesn't just affect me, this affects everybody in VR strongly. A lot of people have already left, and there's already a lot of people making videos of this exact video, telling how exactly they feel about this. Mine will be the same. I wanted to make a video about this personally due to the fact of a few of my actor team just up and quit. They are done with VRChat. I personally don't know where to go. I have been spending about a month trying to record. And the funny thing is, when I reach the 100 subs, this update drops. I don't know what to record, because VRChat was something big for me to start with on this channel. It was gonna help me connect with new people, have fun, and when I meet those new people, it can spark ideas of what to do and what I want to do with them. There was the collapse. That was it was the most perfect thing that I personally made. And I didn't even choose the name. It was brought up to a friend of mine. He came up with the idea of the name. And I liked it ever since. It stuck. It was perfect. And the collapse is based on a universe where my character, my persona, goes through this hardship and struggle, finding out that the universe itself is at stake, and she is the only one that can save it. See, I want to continue the collapse. I do. And I'm still going to do it. I am determined to show you guys every detail of the story I have to offer to you. And some of you don't watch the collapse, that's fine. I made the collapse for people to see my story. And just, I don't know what to do for the remaining future. I'm at a loss of words. I'm shocked. I'm mad. Extremely mad. And some of my acting team uses mods to help them with their VR chat. Help them with their poor graphics cards that have to go through the struggle of keeping themselves in the game due to crashers. That's the real problem. It's the Unity engine. It's not people cheating. People use certain mods to help them walk, communicate. It helps the deaf, people that can't hear, subtitles, mods. Those are important. And who's to say that they won't add anything in the near future to help those people? They probably will. Because from a business point of view, this is awful. The amount of hate from both sides, it's not healthy. Having to manage your community, it's tough. I get it. But I would know a thing or two about managing a community. I have a Discord server. But I don't go ahead and disrespect my community. Neither does my best friend Wicker Tales. He loves his community. And when I met Wicker Tales, it was just, I had a spark of hope that I can recreate my channel as a new platform for people to see VR chat. The stuff I do is just incredible. I just want to show it. But the limited options I have to deal with now is just, everything just feels just out of place. It doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel right for their community or the people that just hurt people on that community. Like the devs included, the manager for their community, it wasn't right. And it's a bad business. It's a bad marketing business. Because when VR chat was made, It was meant to hang out and enjoy yourself. And mods made that so much better. And you got profit out of it by the subscriptions. And that's what draw more people in, is to hang out with their friends. Even friends that were unable to like walk or do anything were able to now play a game with those mods to help them and communicate with their friend. And that anti-cheat took that away from them. It's unfair. I'm not even that old into VR chat. I'm still fairly new. And now it's just, where do I go from here? I think I'll still be doing the same thing. Like for VR chat, I will occasionally record a video occasionally for VR chat, but for the collapse, it's not the end of it. However, this allows me to push back on it and rethink what I want to do next for the next episode of the collapse. There was just so much I wanted to show you all. I'm probably not going to edit this video to its fullest, only because I feel every word I say right now is important to know. So this isn't a sad video. It's to let you know that I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue to record like I per usual and upload. But I'm doing it from a one-man job. I record, I edit myself, I do a lot of time and work into these things. A lot of blood goes into it. Blood and sweat. The whole bit. And get this, the night that I was going to record the 100 subscriber special, I managed to break my monitor, which was funny. I thought that was like the most funniest thing I've ever done, but the most stupidest. And personally, it felt good. And it still feels good that I just broke like a $300 monitor. And people are going to be like, dude, that's not good that you broke that. Be like, well, in my opinion, you can never be mad at yourself if you truly admit that it's your fault. I'm at fault for breaking that monitor. I can't be mad about that. It was my dumbass that decided to drink a little too much and got wild. But I will be getting a new monitor soon. I'm dealing with a ton of other things at the very moment in real life. But it's still me. You know, the fun Ned's hand. Still gonna be the fun guy, Shadow Demon. Even though I look like a furry at the moment, but you know, you get what I'm saying. It's just the amount of just things that just happen in the span of a day, to losing like half of your community that is on your program, VR chat. It's quite upsetting. It's definitely not good for business to piss off your entire community. And that's the thing, because I could be told that, like, well, it's certain this and certain that. Like, you know, well, at the end of it all, it's where subtleties count the most. And should have had a lot more thought when creating a update. Like, if you elaborated a little bit more about the security update on what mods will be getting rid of, then maybe everything would have been fine. There would have been a few people that would have been mad and so confused, but like, you wouldn't have as much hate as you do now. And you probably heard the same thing over and over again, but like, I feel like you need to know again, only because I fear that you don't listen. To the devs of VR, please listen to your community. Read what they say and take in consideration upon what you did. It is time to move past this and figure out what your future of this game is going to be. Is it going to be losing more people, or is it going to be gaining that trust back? Because you ruined a lot of trust to the people that have left. I personally can't trust right now. I can't trust you to run your game perfectly. It's impossible. And it's the same for the friends that I talk to on a daily basis and hang out with that do play VR chat. They have the same opinion. I do too. I didn't immediately jump into this because I needed more information about it. I'm only making this video now about a few days after the incident. It's just... the future right now is a little uncertain. However, I'm still going to record videos. They'll take time to edit because it's just me. Personally, I don't have an editor. And I actually like working on my own videos for a bit. Only because there's a lot of detail in depth of character creation that I want to do for most of the collapse and all that. To the actors that are still on VR chat, I might need some assistance to try to get another episode out that I have an idea for. If you watch this video, which I hope you do because you are subscribed. But to those of you that help me with my videos constantly with the collapse, making funny bits, I thank you. I really do. It means a lot. Especially when you reach like 100 that you've been working for the longest time. It took me a while to reach that number. And it only took 2 days to get to that number from 70 to 100 in just 2 days. That was just insane. And I love you all for that. I want to continue to make that number rise. And with your support, it will. And I thank you so much for that support. I do have a few ideas for the next coming videos. They will drop soon. Just hang in there. But I just wanted to give my opinion on the matter. Why easy anti-cheat is the worst thing you can do to a game that's all about modding and experiencing the most fun things to come with the game. And like for a social game like this, it needs mods for those certain people, including Crippled. Otherwise, it's not as fun as it was. It'd become a pale shadow of itself. of what its potential used to be. I believed on something that the bittersweetness of change is bittersweet, but this sweetness hurts. I don't like the change, but you can't stop the change. But I know one thing you can stop right now. What you can do is have a talk. All the devs should just have a talk and figure out where they're going to go from here. I feel like that's important. It's really important because your game, it's beautiful. It shouldn't die like this. VR chat was probably the first VR game I've ever played. When first getting into VR, I started on desktop on a computer. I wasn't able to move my hands, as you could see. I went through one headset already. Now I'm using a different headset to better control my character. And that's the thing. To go back to the graphics card issue is that there's mods out there that stop crashes. And it's important for those mods to exist because of certain Unity engine stuff. I don't know much about it, but I know it's important to those people that need help loading the game better because of all those crashing and the crashers. You could say that looking at a different perspective of this, the crashers are going to win now that you have an easy anti-cheat. The mods prevented us from crashing, and it's difficult when you want to record something if you're a YouTuber, like a big time YouTuber too. Like if you have to use a mod to like help you record so that way you don't crash halfway through recording. I've ran into those issues so many times. I dealt with it for so long, and I was able to get a better graphics card. I was able to because I fought long and hard and saved up money for it. And to the people that finally get their graphics card that they need and they still crash, like graphics cards are really scarce. Like it's just there's so much to be said about this. And I personally am stuttering halfway through all my words because I can't think of a thought because of how much this hurts me. It just to sit there and tell, oh yeah, we'll be fine. We'll take the heat. It just sounds lazy. You prepared for months to receive this hate, but are you willing to deal with this heat? No. I don't think you can. Not many sane people can take that much heat from an entire community. Let alone that would make an entire popular YouTuber go downhill. So please, there's a better solution than this. There's a better way of doing this instead of getting rid of the mods. And having a friend that didn't realize this to the point where he joined one day in VR chat, and he is he has a problem standing up, and using certain mods that helped him stand up was just perfect to experience actual standing. And that's the thing. It makes you feel like you've like got something back in your life. He was so happy that he could stand in VR. He didn't care that he couldn't stand in real life. VR was able to get him away from his issues, meeting new people, and having to get rid of the mods altogether using the anti-cheat. It took a toll on him when he realized he was banned, or at least for 7 days at least. He can barely take the stress. He has a dark place that he's been to, and even I've been there. I have a ton of stuff I could say, but I refuse to because it would hurt. It would also hurt me. But he's been through a lot, and he shouldn't need to be banned because he was using mods to help him. Like, all the friends I know that use mods, they don't use it to hurt people. They don't use it to crash. They don't use it to do anything. And the mods that they have don't crash people. What crashes people is the Unity engine that certain avatars use. I think that's the main focus. There needs to be like a better reason to get rid of certain mods rather than, oh, we're going to get rid of all mods. That's not good. No. You're just hurting your community and also sitting there being lazy and lying to them. That's something I can never do. I can never sit there and lie to my own community on Discord. That, like, if I was to disappear with no trace, it's very deceptive, and I come back later be like, I don't know what they would think of me. Like, this is something I couldn't bear with. So I don't know how you have a moral to bear with this. They're asking for you to change, to help this situation. Like, you may be doing the best you are right now for the few devs in there, but a lot of your devs are only in it for the money. And that's the thing. A lot of people are in it for the money and all that. Well, it's just, can you like live with the fact that you pissed off almost half, like not even half, almost all your community? Could you sit there and in total silence and listen to it? How sane are you? I wouldn't be sane if I knew I pissed off my community. I would do better. And I'm a small YouTuber. I just begun, and it's taken 2 years for me to get to the point where I am now. I mean, that's a lot of work. There's a lot of grease going into it. And having to reach 100 was a really big step. I don't know where to go from here. But I know what I must do. I will continue to make videos as I usually do. I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun making them. And I make them for you guys because you guys are pretty much the best. And sharing and loving all this, and it's just, I couldn't ask for a better audience nor better friends. They've helped me through thick and thin. Even a special thank you to a friend of mine that helped me build my computer. You know who you are. Bolivia. He helped me build my computer, like rebuild it from scratch, from other computer, like from the Newegg stuff. He helped me build a computer that can handle what I can do now. In a moment, I wouldn't hesitate in a moment. I would help him if he needed it. Because he was a big help to me because of my current living situation. It's tough. I just can't go into detail with it. But knowing that you were this computer that I actually had back in the past didn't work as well. But when Polivia stepped in to help build a computer for me, it was just, he didn't need to do it, but he did anyway in the kindness of his heart. And I want to return that same kindness to him. And it's just, he did a lot for me. And I can't thank him enough for that. And with VR chat right now and the situation it's at, I don't think I'll record much here, but I will record here when I need to. It's not going to be the same for a while. It's going to take a long time, probably, for everybody to come back. But I know one thing that you can change. Listening to the voices of your community will help you there. We're crying to you. We're asking, please, don't do this. I'm asking you, VR chat. Devs, don't do this. This isn't right. And if you see this video, I just hope you change your mind. Because a lot of us enjoy your game. So please don't ruin it. This is Ned's Hand, signing off.